That was a psych on the intro. Psych. We're gonna do this intro. What's up, everybody? It's Friday night, and we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. We are playing Jungles of Chult. It's a 5e homebrew that takes place a year or so after the Tomb of Annihilation. And the ones that are doing the playing are right there. That's all of them. Uh, Remedies is here too, but her camera's still broke. But we're all gonna pitch in and get her a camera. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Oh, no. Don't do that.
That'll force you to have a camera then. But we're gonna do some character introductions, and tonight we're gonna start off with Sven playing Elazar.
So Eleazar was born here in Chult and raised in Port Lanzaro, actually, and didn't really have a whole lot of chances. His parents were um, almost slaves, just working for the princes and stuff. So he left when he could, joined up with the uh, Flaming Fist, and was with them for a long time. And then, while he still enjoyed it, he wanted money. So he decided to find a good adventuring crew. This group was the first one that came along. So he's joining up with them, and he is now the newly minted captain of the ship, airship that we have.
The, the,
Oh,
the,
Eleazar's the captain.
From the Flaming Fist?
There's our answer.
he went from a sergeant to a captain. Hell yeah, he's taking that job. He's like, yeah, I got promoted. Yeah.
Promoted.
This
Yeah,
one doesn't pay as well.
Yeah, well, it actually might, because, it was the Flaming Fists. They're like, well, you'll get paid when we get back to the garrison. We're putting your money in an escrow account, and it's drawing interest. Yeah, right.
It's only good at the company store, right?
Right. You'll have a credit. If you watch the stream, Engorgio, I left homework for you.
Well, considering I've been working 15-hour days for the past 2 months, I couldn't.
What the hell? Like, you can't watch 10 minutes of a stream. All you had to do was watch that part.
I asked Robin what happened.
I filled you in
Exactly.
to the best of my ability.
It was up to you. We totally left it up to Clar. They let the guy go, and then Clar followed after him, and no one knows what happens but Clar. That's it. And maybe the other guy. Maybe the other guy knows what happened.
Oh, because we let him go. Yeah, that's right.
What other guy?
I meant the bad guy.
The thief guy.
The dead one?
Pick.
Oh yeah, that's right. His name is Pig.
He might have family. He could be connected. Clar doesn't care. Clar's like,
He did.
he's face down in a ditch. We don't care. Quack. And then we got Jingo the Fool, who is playing Smedley.
Smedley is from the far-off kingdom of Cormyr. He grew up in the courts of the king. His father was a scholar, and so he was raised to be a scholar and spent all his time studying about the jungle, and he fell in love with the jungle. So at his first chance, he ducked out on a life of scholarly, academia, and rushed off to the jungle. And wow, what an experience!
He was almost a slave.
Almost a slave. Ran afoul of the Flaming Fist, got shipwrecked. Managed to fall in with this group, which is a pretty good group. And the jungle is starting to grow on me. At least I think it's a jungle. We'll have to wait and see.
That's that weird fungus you got going on your toenails. That's not jungle. Metakiri is playing Juku.
Yeah, Juku is a turtle, and he talks slow and thinks slow. But he likes to follow his path, and so far, the members of this party, this group of flotsam, appear to be going down the same path that Juku has chosen to follow, and he hopes to one day come to understand a little bit more about Ubtao and his role in the grand scheme of things.
Ubtao. And we've got Engorgio, the official player, playing his character, Clar.
Yeah. Clar is a gorgeous kinku. He has white fur, white feathers with like speckled brown stuff that kind of smells like peanut butter in them. He is originally from I can't think right now. He's not from Chult, but he came over here a year ago to help stop the curse, and all of his party died, so he was kind of like hanging around in the jungle surviving. And currently he has a new cape, and as often as he possibly can, he goes and flies, because that's all he wants to do.
And last but not least, we've got Robin playing Paige. Remedies playing
Yeah.
Paige.
That's me. And Paige grew up in Candlekeep, which is a giant library in Forgotten Realms. And she was raised by the monks and the scholars there. And she's an orphan. She doesn't know who her real parents are. She was sent here by her mentor, Danielson. No, I'm kidding. To Chult to find artifacts or books or anything of value that she could bring back to Candlekeep.
Does she have like a little stash already of stuff?
Yeah, so I've gotten my fancy tiara. That's also a rod of shit. What's it called? An immovable rod. She thinks that might make a nice collector's item. But I've also gotten this really fancy book. It's a one second while I try to find it. It's called the Heart Weaver's Primer. seems like a fancy book. So she's excited to take that back to the library and see what the scholars there think of it. And right now, she's just looking for more. Anything really ancient or famous would definitely interest her.
Well, there's a lot of that rumored to be in Chult. And you guys have acquired a vessel that's gonna help you, I think. I believe you guys have named it.
The Legend
Oops,
Seeker.
the Legend Seeker. Yeah. Where's our little? There it is. The Legend Seeker. And who's got the character sheet? Who wants the character sheet? Does the captain have to have the character sheet? Is that how that works?
I mean, I can definitely release it. Oh, I don't even own
No,
it.
the captain does not have. That's the whole point. He is the captain.
Yeah, you can have that.
The other people have that.
Oh, okay.
Whoever likes to keep track of stuff like that.
Quartermaster has the character sheet.
The quartermaster. I can let the NPCs be in charge of it. Just give them some money.
I mean, I mean, if nobody wants to do it, I don't mind bookkeepy stuff. So it's whatever. I mean, we can all
I
share
kind of
it.
started organizing it a little bit. But you got to think, you guys are going to set sail on this thing, and your rain catchers are no longer going to work if you're on this thing because there's a big balloon above you and the rain doesn't hit the deck. So I don't know how you're going to use rain catchers. So you're gonna have to rely on spells or finding some kind of fresh
Or a
water.
decanter.
Jug of endless water.
For the jug of endless water, that might work. That could help.
10 gallons as a bonus action.
So if you guys like take off and go inside of an old, dungeon and you leave your crew for 4 days up on there and you have taken said decanter of endless water with you, just remember your crew's going to need some water up there.
We should have some water skins.
It's part of the provisions. There's barrels of water and there's barrels of food and other pitch and rum and other stuff.
There is no pitch and no rum, but there are barrels of water in the inventory. I believe you have, 50 gallons of water?
Well, if we go into the water with no pitch, we're gonna sink.
Yep, probably. I would say yes.
We've spent probably a total of 4 hours over 3 or 4 days doing drills just to get used to getting on and off the ship, using the rope ladders, things like that.
Have we now?
So that
Hot. He's got his
I
drill
didn't
sergeant
sign
hat
up for
on.
this.
Smedley shows up late, drags his ass, and complains the whole time.
Clara uses the cape.
Paige is
He's in the front-leaning rest position. No one knows what it is. Curly
Paige
does.
can't even do
I
one
know
push
what
up.
that is.
and the morning we get ready to leave, we will arrange a couple days in advance. We're going to spend that morning with the families of the crew. I also have some people I know here in Port Nanzaro. Invite them aboard the ship, do a slow cruise over the city, and have a nice meal and stuff so they can spend time with their family and see the ship and enjoy a little cruise. And then we'll land to say our cheerful goodbyes and kick them off the ship.
They each bring some strange woman with them. They say that it's their future wife.
Are they all named Jody?
Yes. They all have the same dress on.
Fucking Jodies.
Rabbit knows about Jody.
Oh, I know all about Jodies.
I know
the
about Jody.
Stooges. None of them are married.
Yeah, you had said they have family and kids when we paid them.
I said that's what they told
I
you.
was just making shit up. I was just saying that we prepaid them partially in case they had families and children to take care of.
Damn, Drake take everything. Fine. So we don't do shit the day before we leave. We just get on the ship and leave.
Oh, they're okay with the tour and the taking their girls out on a date and stuff in the boat. They like it.
I don't know. Paige is reading a book.
These guys are like hut, 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 hut. They're running around. All right, so the way these guys if have left to their duties alone on the deck is Larry is gonna drive the. He's gonna steer. Mo is gonna tell him what to do. Shimp is controlling the propeller, the prop, and that's done underneath, like in the lower deck, like through that door, in the back. And then Curly is manning the harpoon and on the deck doing deckhand stuff. Yeah. And then, of course, they can, pilot the ship and stuff, but their passive perception is going to be like low.
That's fine. I mean, I'd imagine we would be up during the day, like on the deck, scouting and whatnot.
Well, that's the thing about this blimpy, shippy kind of thing. It does well during the day. You guys can see for miles when you're up in this thing. But so can everything else. Can see you for miles. So there's not going to be any like stealth missions in it, because you're going to get spotted. But the other issue is the wind. Sometimes you just can't go. The wind is just not in your favor. Of course,
we have 2 catapults, correct? One on the back.
No, the back is not a catapult. It's just a ballista. So it's not rigged with a the rope and the pulley system.
Okay,
it's
so we have a harpoon and a ballista.
Yeah, you have a harpoon on the front and a ballista on the back. And the harpoon in the front can act as a ballista if you just don't hook up the rope and the winch. And the harpoon has 120 feet of rope, of harpoon rope. And the harpoon takes 3 actions. So does a ballista to actually fire it. You gotta load it, aim it, and shoot it. So one person it would take 3 rounds. 3 people it would just take a round.
Are they built to run loaded, or do they have to be loaded every single time?
Well, you can keep like a bolt kind of up there and kind of ready, but you can't have it cocked. I mean, for a long period of time, it's going to stress it out too much. You don't want it cocked back in the loaded position all the time, or it's gonna wear it out. So, but I mean, currently during the day, I mean, you think you got plenty of time to load it, before something gets close enough. So I'm imagining that this thing flies on average about between 50 and 100 feet over the canopy of the jungle. You guys try to stay as low to the canopy as you can to stay out of the upper atmosphere winds and stuff. Now, it is possible to get this blimp up, way up in the air if you wanted to. But if you start getting over, 10,000 feet or something, then oxygen is going to be a problem. And
that's like outer space almost.
Keeping the fire going. No, outer space is probably like 80,000 feet.
Yeah, 10,000 feet is like 2 miles. That's not.
Listen, I'm not that smart.
You were in the army. So
Paige is smart. Robin is not. It's D&D. I can pretend to be a smart person.
Well, Toril could have a low atmosphere. It really could. We don't know. It doesn't. That's not in the rules anywhere.
3 inches thick.
Yeah, 500 feet, and you are on the moon.
I mean, it's D&D. Is it even a planet? Like, do we even like? What if it's
It
Discworld
it just
bullshit?
could be flat. It just could be
Yeah.
flat. Yeah.
Because
Don't-
Midgard is flat, and it's like there's two worlds on each side. There's like the Midgard world, and then the Shadowlands on the other side.
Toril is round. It's round.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know.
Forgotten Realms. There's a whole book on
Matt
it.
Curie has a picture of Terrell behind him.
That's a square, sir.
Cube. Yeah.
Ooh,
Terrell, the
that's
cube.
a cool idea for a D&D world,
You
though.
can sail to
Cube
one end
world?
and then turn the corner.
I read a really interesting article discussing the science behind a cube world that could make for a very interesting D&D campaign.
Ooh, I need to look that up.
What happens when you step over the edge? Do you just go vroop to the other side, or do you fall? Wow.
Well, that's the interesting thing, because gravity always pulls you towards the center. So when you're walking towards one of the edges, you're actually climbing uphill. Even though you're walking on flat ground, you're climbing against the force of gravity. So you're getting progressively higher and higher and higher. And based on anything close to Earth size, by the time you get to the edges, there would be no atmosphere. And you would end up with a dead zone of, like, you're on the surface of the moon with no atmosphere at all in between those edges. So you'd have 6 different faces, each with a completely different ecosystem, a completely different flora and fauna, and
That's wild.
And they might not even know of each other's existence.
exactly. Only wizards and stuff would be able to traverse that, or it could be like realms of undead in between, because they're the only ones that can survive in this airless environment.
Ooh, yeah. Undead just swimming around.
All right, I need to make that a D&D setting.
It's a setting.
It's gonna
It's
happen.
gonna be in a DMG tomorrow. Watch, she's gonna work all night on it.
You can't put settings on the DM's Guild. Drive-through
Oh,
RPG
yeah.
though.
I never shop at drive-through. I don't know why. So was there anything that you guys want to tend to in Portland Zero? Portland Zero?
Did they ever get their decanter of endless water?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I
Same
think
time
that
we got
was.
you your scrolls of fly.
That's
I
right.
mean, featherfall.
Featherfall. Well,
Scratch out the feather part and just left the fall.
so here is your map. Does anyone remember where you got to go?
Hang
Yeah,
on.
you
Yeah.
can't see it because it's gray, but that spot right there.
Yeah. There's a little
Yeah, that's right. Yelly Arc.
yeah, the goblin that works at the inn that you guys stay at, his mom is Queen Grabstab, and that's where he says that you should start looking. But he does inform you that their tribe is movable. Their village is movable, but they're not always in the same place.
Interesting. So they're carnies.
Yeah. Well, they follow the.
Or as the British would call them, pikeys.
And
I shouldn't use that word. It's a derogatory one.
if you guys
I'm
are
pretty
on
sure carnies is too.
if you guys are on foot, your traveling is 1 square or 2 squares per 1 square per day on foot. So 1, 2,
Oh, we have an
3,
airship.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 9 days to get down there. But you're fortunate that you have an airship, because it can travel much faster. Because it doesn't have to go, through the jungle. The only problem is the weather, and since your DM is a prepper, I have used Matt Curie's weather extension to come up with the weather for the next couple of days. And
Rig it, Manicure, rig it. Quick.
too
in
late.
my secret.
I've already rolled it.
So, Robin, the quartermaster, do we have supplies? Because he said once we leave, if we don't have it, we're screwed.
Oh,
We
right,
have
right, right.
food and water and bolts for the crew and all that stuff.
Paige will go down into the airship and take stock of our inventory really quick. So give me a moment. All right. So I'll report back to Eleazar that our current storeroom holds 4 chairs, 4 desks. Oh wait, no, this is the shit in our rooms. Okay, we have 4 lanterns. We have 10 ballista bolts. We have 8 lamps. We have 2 50-foot rope ladders. We have 10 casks of water that hold 5 gallons each. So 50 gallons of water. We have 10 hammocks. We have 50 preserved rations. So 50 days of, or 50 meals, or whatever you want to say that. 2 wood carver's tools, and we have some storage boxes.
So, what about repairs? Do we need to say we have extra lumber and stuff, or do we just have? Can we hand wave that?
Typically, the lumber is something that you can get in the jungle. You know.
I was gonna
you
say,
know.
can we chop down jungle trees?
I mean, you could stock some lumber as
Lumber
well.
weighs a lot, though.
Patches for the balloon.
So, any kind of
Yeah,
metal
sail
Paige?
fabric.
pieces.
Do you have mending?
Me?
Yes. That would patch minor flaws in the balloon.
I'm not familiar with the mending spell. No, sorry.
Oh well.
We have a Juku might be able to pray to his deity for such a favor. Can you do that? No, not with your cantrips.
Not for a couple levels.
So we'll have extra little ringlets and anything that's metal that has to be crafted. We'll buy a piece or 2 of those. Anything that needs the wheel well that drives the ship, anything on that needs to be repaired.
Well, I can chip in. How do we want to do that?
One time on one of my tables, what the players elected to do was add the ship into the party sheet, and then when loot got dispersed, the ship would get an equal share, and that would be for stuff for the ship. If you guys want to do that.
Okay. But I mean, right now, if we want to bring like sailcloth with us and lumber, do we want? Is that what you want to do, Eleazar?
Anything that we wouldn't be able to construct out in the jungle. Yes.
Yeah,
Hands.
sailcloth. You can. Well, I mean, the balloon cloth is probably kind of like sailcloth, but much thicker. And I'm gonna call that
And a case of duct tape.
10 yards is a gold.
I'll buy. I hate math so much.
We don't need a
10
lot
I
of
will
sheep.
buy
10 yards is
100
big.
yards.
That's
Nice.
probably
10
enough for
gold.
another balloon. Right? I don't know.
Never
That's
know.
a pretty big balloon, but
I mean, but I assume each yard, it's like a bolt of fabric, right? So like only a few bolts is a few yards or whatever you want to call that. So it's not like a giant thing of 100 yards of sailcloth.
oh
It's
yeah,
like
this one
chopped in
piece. Yeah, you
bits.
just like roll
Yeah.
it up. Yeah. Hi-yo, hi-yo. No, it's yeah, you're right. It's the rolls of it.
Like 10 yard by 10 yard square.
a big
The
box of yard
How much
leaf
would that
trash
weigh?
bags. Let's call it a
Per,
pound
I
a
guess,
yard.
suppose per
A pound a
yard.
yard.
Okay, so 100 pounds?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then, do we need to worry about, are any of us or all of us able to sew and have the stuff if we need to patch the balloon, things like that?
I do not know how to use any tradesperson's tools.
Juku has a blanket that he did the hook and latch on when he was younger, and it's just like a little square shred of a thing now.
Clara
So
pull out a couple of daggers.
and it's all frayed, and that's Juku's expert at sewing.
His
hooking
binky.
I got big fat fingers. It's hard to hold them.
So we'll have someone come and show the crew, all four of them, how to basic stitching, and how to basic mending for the thing. I just have a feeling no matter what we do, you're gonna throw something at us, and you didn't say it, so you're screwed.
That's why there's always
That's
the
all
trip
I know,
back to
guys.
town. There's always the trip back to town. So the first trip is the rough one. It's like, damn it, no one brought marshmallows, and we wanted to camp out and have marshmallows.
All right, that's all
50, 50
I think we're
gallons
ready to
of
go.
water. Just to let you know, typically if you're hiking, if you're jungle trekking, you're gonna go through 2 gallons of water per person per day. Sailing on a ship, it's down to your base, which is 1 gallon of water per person per day. So with 9 people, that's 9 gallons of water per day. And I think Juku can make 10 gallons. How much does the decanter make a day? I know Juku can create water. I think it's 10 gallons a day.
It's not a per day limitation. It's you can use an action to remove the stopper and pour out 1, 5, or 30 gallons
Per
Yeah, the
action.
alchemy jug. The alchemy
per
jug is
action.
per day, but the endless water is endless.
So it literally is endless.
As long as you don't drop it, you're good. You're good.
Drake's already thinking about how to take it away from us.
And it's up to
It's
the
clay
DM where the
pot.
water comes from. So
Right? It
you
is
can be
how
thinking
fresh
about
is the
that.
water? It's salt water. Does it say it's fresh water?
Your choice, fresh or salt water.
Stuck on
Fancy.
salt. You guys are screwed.
As an
All right.
action, you can choose.
Eleazar, how much lumber are you buying? I mean, Captain, sir.
I don't suppose we'll need that much. I'm mostly looking for the weird things. Like I said, the things that had to be crafted. Any kind of railing or any kind of special hinge, stuff like that. And we don't need a lot of them. I don't expect it to have a lot that we need
Okay.
to replace. So
I'll
I would
hand you the
say
logbook because I don't know anything about this kind of stuff.
just put 10
It's like
gold worth of odds and ends.
you go
Okay.
down and you get like a shipwright's tools. It's just a box of shipwright tools. You go to the
There you
flea
go.
market and you load up a box full of crap. It costs you 20 gold. Shipwright's
All right,
tools.
20 gold.
There's a
There you go.
chance that it's going to have any mundane. Did I say that right? It's French. Mundane. Mundane.
Mundane.
Mundane item in it. A hinge, a hat, a latch. Can of WD-40. That kind of stuff.
And how much would all these odds and ends and shipwrights tools weigh?
25 pounds.
25 pounds.
Good thing you're not carrying all this around in your backpack.
Okay. I've added that to the ship's inventory.
So I'm going to
There's
put my
not like,
hourglass and
you
my.
know, there's not like a cooking stove or anything. Anything that gets heated up, like, you know, as boiling water or whatever you guys have to do on the furnace that supplies heat for the balloon.
It makes sense. I'm going to replace my my vial of acid.
Yeah, that's in the player's handbook. Shouldn't be that problem.
Hey, Drake, on my character, it has Riyadh and effects in CT.
Yeah, I accidentally took your character out of the combat tracker, so make sure you got all your effects
Okay.
in the combat tracker.
I should.
I didn't look. I figured you could just it'd take you 2 seconds to figure it out. That's why I just typed it in there. So you guys have spent about 4 days in Port Nanzaro. You I've made sure that you've gotten your long rests, that you're pushed. Make sure that you have your spells for the day memorized. Those that do that. Double check that. Make sure you got any effects that you need, and nothing has
Level up.
been. Yeah, mage armor is good for Paige. And we're gonna get this thing on the move, right? You guys ready to get out of Port Nanzaro and head towards head down towards the Mistcliff Mountains? So, assuming direct flight path, you guys, do you want to go like straight up and over the mountains, or do you just kind of want to skirt next to them a little bit?
I think going over them might be dangerous. I think the weather might be weirder if we try to do that. And
I agree.
big things live at the
Yeah,
tops of mountains.
these are pretty tall mountains too.
Stick
Well,
low and just
so
We were
just
going to
kind of
land there
I
and
mean,
walk the rest of the way.
Yeah,
would
we
it
want to find a place around here that we could, a clearing where we could park this ship.
Well, remember each hex represents a day's worth of travel on foot, so you know you may
Right,
want to
so we're
just
looking-
land in that hex and then try to find. You know
If
what
we
I
can
mean?
find a place to land, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, technically, the they could be in any of those hexes. The biting ant tribe. That's kind of their area.
A couple of well-placed fireballs could give us a place to land.
Yeah. And you guys could get right to the canopy and then try to lower your
such an overvalued
ladder
spell?
down or feather fall down or whatever. But you guys get this thing on the road. So you guys
Final call! All aboard!
get your old ship fired up and get the balloon going and you guys start cruising at about 8 miles an hour. As you guys head up and out over the jungle, you come down the coastline, and you can see as you move out of Port Nanzaro, you can see some small little huts and fishing little gatherings down the coast a little bit. and then you get over the river Shashenstar that dumps into the bay of Chult there, and then eventually towards midday you get over the canopy of the jungle, and the wind starts picking up, and the ship's kind of having a, starting to do the old whoosh, kind of swaying back and forth on this balloon as you're kind of pushing with the wind, but it's kind of slightly crossing you. So the wind's coming out of the north, and you guys are trying to go, southwest, this direction. So it's kind of pushing you farther south, and you're trying to fight your way back. Who's piloting the ship currently? Is it Larry?
I believe so. That's what
So
you
let
said.
me roll his piloting ability.
We did hire somebody proficient, right?
Yeah, that was the
Um,
general
They
idea.
claimed they were proficient.
They also claimed they had families. So.
They did. 00312, thank you for the follow. Again, I think.
It's a bot.
It's a bot.
It is.
Okay. It's a follower, though. Got the
Customer
follower.
service bot.
Got the follower. I'm looking for, what was I looking for? Oh, the crew. Here they are. No. Legend Seeker crew, that's what I got it under. Larry is this guy. It's a deckhand. And he's got to roll a dex check.
Make sure you enunciate that because his job position changes dramatically depending on how you pronounce it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so he does not pass the navigational check to keep you guys on course. So there is uh 24 hours of the winds. So for 4 hours, these winds have blown you 30 miles off course. Okay, so as you guys finally get out of the winds and everything, you realize that you're out over the river Shoshenstar. So it has taken you a bit out of course, but you guys don't have much trouble finishing up. But as you guys get towards the area where the biting ant tribe is supposed to be, the sun is setting. It is starting to get dark. You guys got about an hour of good daylight left. Of course, down in the canopy, it's probably pretty dark anyways,
Does there seem to be some place we can safely set down?
Let's see. Where's my dot? Where's my dot? Right there. Everybody give me a perception check. See if you spot any good place to sit down.
Good
Well,
call.
that kind of makes sense that Clar finds a spot, because he can just kind of fly around a little. He can kind of drop down below the canopy a little, and
Does he have eyes like a hawk?
no, he has eyes like a kenku, which is pretty much a normal person.
But he has Maz Kanata goggles on right now too.
He has goggles?
He has goggles of the night.
Oh yeah. I was thinking the eagle eye goggles or something. So let me see this spot. It's D&D, right? Everything revolves around dice. All right, so yeah, you find a clearing, like over here. Set the ship down. Let's give it some. See if we can do it without popping your balloon or getting it hung up on a tree or anything like that. Larry looks a little nervous. He's like, "Hey Mo, I've never set the ship in the jungle before. Why you putz thunk?" You know, they do the old thunk, thunk.
Clear out the branches.
What's that?
So we just have Claw fly down with a saw and clear out the branches.
They're pretty
He
big.
can work all day while we're sitting here on the balloon.
Those are pretty big
I think
branches and stuff.
And I think his cape only lasts an hour.
All right, so Geek. All right, so Larry is able to miss a couple of the branches, but he doesn't see one of them, and it like is a sharp, pokey thing that tries to get into your balloon. But the balloon, it like catches on your new sign. The branch does, and it doesn't go through the sign. It like hits the edge of the sign, and the branch like breaks, and doesn't penetrate it. So you guys are able to set down onto the ground all the way into the jungle. Of course,
Any landing you can walk away from.
Yeah, of course, your balloon is not gonna attract any attention in the jungle. This big, bright red balloon.
It'll be fine. I should have been an illusion wizard. It's fine.
So as you guys set down and you start to, figure out which direction you're gonna go and all, you hear some noises coming from the jungle, like voices and stuff.
Did the bartender give us any kind of thing to barter with or identify ourselves to this clan as friends or anything like that? Seek a handshake sign.
You mean the goblin? He's not a bartender. He's like he scrapes the gum off the bottom of the table kind of guy.
Oh, okay. Well, him, yeah.
No, he
One
didn't
whose
even
mother
know.
is out here.
He didn't even know you guys were going to visit the tribe. You didn't tell him any of that.
All right, so
wasn't
Eleazar will
communicated to him.
load up his crossbow bolts and get his weapon ready to slaughter them all as they got 'em.
You do realize there are probably thousands of them here. If we start a fight, we don't stand a chance.
They don't sound like they're that far into the woods, into the jungle either. But the sounds are coming from, all around you.
Color should mimic a T-Rex.
I will call out in Goblin. We are not here to fight.
You hear a whole bunch of them start to run.
Towards us or away?
Just in general. They keep bumping each other. They're falling over. They're all making all kinds of noise now. And you hear one of them say, T-Rex! T-Rex! In Goblin. They're pointing
We'll
at
do it
the...
again.
So you see, like, the bushes shake, and out of the, into your dark vision, out of the jungle, you see this come out, and they're like all stacked up on top of one another, and they're like, "Get!" and they're like poking at the poking towards the ship, like they're gonna attack the ship, and they come walking out, and you see a couple of the single goblins behind them, creeping up too. They got like wooden masks on, and they got like spears and such.
How many of them do we see?
Well, counting the ones in this stack, 6 that you see that are approaching the ship. And one of them says, from the behind, he says, "Surrender to the Biting Ant Tribe, or we will defeat you." I don't know why they're Chinese all of a sudden, but
They're not.
my
They're Trade
God.
Federation.
there, you give up. We are Biting Ant Tribe. You give up, big monster. Oh, and they have prisoners. Look, up on top. There are people. And you see the stack kind of wobbling back up a little, and they all look up at the deck that's like 20 feet up,
Stop. We are not here to fight you, but we will kill all of you if you force us to.
It speaks! It speaks! And they all hop down and run into the woods and hide behind some trees. And one of them throws a spear out, and it like clunks into the side of the ship.
Now we're gonna have to repaint that. I can translate, but I don't want to be the one negotiating here.
You can be a translator.
We
have to get
I
them
can
to
translate.
agree to
Smedley's not very
conversate with us.
charismatic.
Yeah, I mean, we have to get them in a conversational mood in the first place.
As,
I wonder if they like food.
of course they do.
Oh,
I'll
like
say
a
in
dog.
Goblin, we have food.
Food? The fat one comes out. Food?
Give them a banana.
He like lifts his mask up. Food?
Yes. We are not here to fight you. We want to be friends.
He's speaking in common.
Oh, he is. Well then, Captain, take it away.
Eleazar.
I don't even know why we're here. So I'm not the one to face these guys. I don't have the charisma to be the speaker anyway.
Okay.
Who spoke to the guy
We
in
came
the bar
here for the thing.
and gave us the quest?
Isn't this the
Wasn't
one?
me.
Isn't this the one that Clawler kind of stole the drawing from or something?
Yeah, this is. You guys know that Queen Grabstab has an amulet that supposedly controls a guardian that's lost in the jungle. So there's a reward for the amulet and the guardian. But you don't know how she got the amulet.
Isn't
So we'll
Juku our
say
face of the party? Don't you have the highest charisma?
I don't think so.
I think it's
Party
I
Smedley.
don't think we have any charismatic people.
Our most charismatic
Oh, it's
person in the
Juku?
party
Juku is the face of the party.
is
He always has been. With
Big
his
is the 15.
15.
Yeah. That's like 3 higher than the next highest.
I'm pretty sure I'm the lowest.
And you have an awesome shell.
That's true. That's
And
true.
you're a native.
All right.
He just takes forever to talk because he's so like turtle-like. He's like,
Slow.
Juku says.
Just ask them if we can meet with their queen. I suppose.
Juku wishes to meet with your queen.
You said food, not queen. Food.
Oh, I'll scurry off to the ship and then come back with like 2 rations that I'll sort of start portioning out to them if they accept.
So you see, like now there's more than 6 that have made themselves visible. There's like 2 dozen kind of around the ship.
Oh.
And you come back up with 2 rations.
Well, yeah, I just as much I I don't know like what our rations consist of. If it's like
Feed
They're
the
just
tribe.
like dried meats and nuts and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
You know.
so I'll just come out with like, as much as I suppose, like if I was carrying a bunch of books, right? Like something like that. As
Oh,
much as I can carry.
You could carry, out of your 50 days worth of rations, you could probably carry 10 days worth.
Well, I don't want to give them that much, so I will go with like 5 days worth of jerky and shit, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, and then I'll pass it out to them and I'm smiling at them like, when the Queen of England goes and like meets with the normal people and she's like waving at them and bless you, whatever. So that's
Well, the chubby guy, he's the they push him forward, and he gets a little bit closer to the ship. He's looking way up at the ship with his mask. It keeps slipping off of his head, and because he's looking up, and he gets up and he says, "Fud,
here you go. What's your name?
you got votes?
I'm sorry?
You got votes? That's my
Exactly,
name.
what does that mean?
It means one that eats."
Oh, well, it's very nice to meet you. Here's some food.
What? I trade?
We just want to meet your queen.
As he what do you drop the food down?
Yeah, I mean, I'll put some in his hands if he's
Well,
like
you're like
reaching them
20
out.
feet up. You're on the
No,
ship.
no, we came
No,
down off
we
the
came
ship.
off the ship. We're down on the
Are
ground.
you down?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're a little more like at the edge of the tree line a little bit, then like 30 feet away
Yeah.
from you. And this guy he meets you halfway. He's like,
Okay, and then yeah, I'll walk towards
he's
him,
like, he comes
food
out real
outstretched.
slow, and he's got his little spear, kind of like a Ewok.
I love Ewoks.
He says, "I got food." And he starts picking it up. He says, "They just eat street queen. You have to summon the queen. Summon queen. queen too far, salmon. As he starts to eat some of the food, he's like, he bites into the jerky and he looks all big-eyed at it, and then he bites into it, and you see his eyes kind of squint down a little, like, and he cocks his head and he sniffs the meat, and he looks over at you and he says, oh, why dead meat?
Lasts longer.
Sorry, it's rotten enough for you.
It's thirsty make. You think he's talking that it's salty?
Give him the 30-gallon option from the jug.
I'll just give him my water flask since it's on my person. Drink.
He looks more excited about the skin, you know. He squeezes some water out. He giggles a little. He's like, kill them all, Shakes! Kill them all! Kill them with fire! You hear the goblins in the woods making comments.
Paige has never seen a goblin up close, so I'm really looking at like what his features look like, and
Let's take a look at let's take a look at one of these up close without their mask on and stuff. Let's see. Oh, not that button. I don't have a shortcut. I'm slacking. I'm gonna put it over here right now. Let's see. Do they give us just a well, this is like the worst image. All of you guys have an image in your brain, right, of what these guys look like?
Yeah.
And here's the image that's on the NPC sheet.
Aww.
They look nothing like that.
So cute. I'm gonna be a Goblin Bird next.
I mean, maybe they have none of those clothes on.
I know. They're wearing jungle attire.
Right? They got leaves on.
Skins. Anyways, yeah, I'll just continue passing food out to any goblins that approach. I assume Eleazar is with me and Smedley too, because he was translating. So
Yes, I am with you.
Yeah, we should all be there.
So the goblins, they were they got like ponchos made of vines and leaves, and it actually gives them pretty good camouflage. So when they're not moving, they're kind of hard to see. And you're currently there's about 20 of them. And they tell you if you want to meet the queen, you have to come with them deeper into the jungle.
Okay. But if Juku finds you have touched my balloon, Juku will kill you.
already threatening them.
So as part of our drills, is it?
They point at
Are we
Juku's
able
shell
to-
and say, balloon?
I point at the ship with the balloon.
They look scared of the thing.
Are
I
we
mean,
able
we are-
to take it up?
They're all going with you. What are you talking about? All these
Tell the NPC
goblins.
above the canopy till we come back to the clearing.
Oh, our crew. Yeah.
Yeah,
Larry,
have a
Mo, and
signal.
Curly.
I have a signal whistle, so we have a signal to signal them to come back down.
And Clar can fly up if necessary.
True.
So
So we like slap the side of the ship. Take her up, you know, and then Larry, Curly, and Mo, and yeah, they would take the ship up.
yeah, so they're like, okay, bye-bye. We'll see you guys in a little bit. And
Ta-ta for now.
the goblins, when this thing starts firing up, they take off running into the jungle a little further. As it starts to float up in the air. You can hear them. You know, a couple of them chuck up their spears up there, but you know, just to scare it off. So you guys follow these goblins into the woods. There's like the 6 of them that are kind of leading you, and the rest of them are like flanking you or behind you. You can hear them moving around in the woods. You don't always see them. They're pretty stealthy, and but every now and then you can hear them make a sound, or when somebody trips over a branch and falls down, they all laugh, and you know, they don't seem to be horribly evil, but they do seem to be a little skittish. That's for sure. So you guys, you travel for about 3 hours, 2.5 hours. Those that are trained in survival, give me a survival check. This is Juku. Juku's the only one. Well, Juku, you kind of think you've been passed this way already tonight. You remember seeing a glowing mushroom, and it looks the same again.
Why are you leading us in a circle?
You asked one of the goblins that?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I follow him.
Oh my god.
And they point to another goblin. And he points to another goblin.
I'll go grab the fat one.
He's like, looks at you, kind of growls as you grab him.
Pick him.
He growls a little harder.
I'll turtle growl.
And then it tickles and he giggles. You turtle growl.
I don't know what a growling turtle sounds like.
I don't think they have the vocal cords to growl.
It would be like, like my dog does when he wants the last bite of my sandwich. He just kind of goes, just grunts a little.
And I'll tell him, you take us to Queen. No more circles.
We have to circle. We can never take straight to Queen. She get mad.
Why?
Because we take straight to Queen. We not allowed.
Why?
Oh, because Queen say so?
So, how long are you supposed to delay taking us to your queen?
Oh, until a scout come back and say it's okay.
Can we just wait here?
Paige
Instead of walking
sits
around in a
down.
circle?
Yeah.
We'll just wait for the scout to come back.
Well, we have to meet Scout. Glowing
And where
mushroom.
is your scout?
We have to
Oh,
wait,
at the
like,
glowing mushroom.
if we go around one more time, we'd be okay.
Fine.
Come on, Queen, why don't you go around one more time?
Okay. After you.
So that kind of, now that they're not trying to deceive you, they're like, la la da 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 da. You can tell they're familiar with this path now. And they start pointing out traps they have set up. Look, we have trap over here. This one really make you fall in. It's a pit.
Is that what they call it?
I could teach you how to make traps that go boom.
Go boom? What's
Boomy
boom?
boom. You know, fire.
Like a drum?
Ouchies. Boom.
Fire. We have fire. We have fire. Let's see. Close that. And let's pull open this button. All right, so you guys approach. They finally start heading. The scout comes back and say, it's okay to go to camp. And as you guys get close to camp, I'm not going to put all these goblins on the map because, you know, it's a lot of shit in the combat tracker. I'll just put them on there if you guys engage. How's that? Deal?
Sounds good.
But I am going to put you guys over here. Now the moon is shining through the canopy and shining down onto this village. And as you guys get towards the edge of the canopy, you can see there are. You can make out some fires, two pretty big bonfires with goblins around them, and all the extra goblins, other than a couple of the ones that have been leading you, kind of run into the camp and, you know, hugging on their family and doing all that kind of, like they've been gone for a couple of days or something. And you guys are kind of brought over near this fire and told to wait while the queen comes to see you. I don't know. Does the lighting look cool and shit? I don't know. It looks kind of weird to me.
And the rain.
In the rain. So out of this hut that's on some kind of contraption, some big logs are laying on the ground with like weeds and grass covering over the edges of the logs. It looks kind of strange. But out of the tent, you guys see like some well-dressed goblins, like with extra shiny weapons and stuff, come out in a formation, and then in the middle of the formation, you guys see a pretty large female, a goblin. She's got a wooden mask on as well. She comes and hops up on a stump that's been carved, and she lets out a yell. And all the goblins get quiet as Queen Grabstab is standing on her stump. Hold on, I got a ton of stuff open right now. Yeah, Elazar, you can do that. So, so the queen, she stands up and she says, "Why, you come to Biting Ant Tribe? You not, you outsiders."
We come in peace. We come to negotiate.
You say have food to trade.
Well, not to trade, but we do have some food. However, if food is what you want, we could certainly secure some for you. I mean, I'm sure we could fetch as much food as you would like.
And she points to Juku and says, "He is good trade for food. He feed my tribe tonight."
Deal.
He's not food.
You are welcome to try to eat him, but I think you're going to find him inedible.
Okay.
Very tough meat.
We not have turtle meat that big. We have eaten one of his kind, and points to Clar.
Caw. Yes, he will not be happy hearing that. And will like kind of like fluff his feathers up and make himself big.
Yeah, and he's like, the queen says, "Not tasty. Lots of hollow bones."
Oh. We've come here for an amulet that we hear is in your possession.
That one.
Yep, the one that's that one right there that she's wearing.
She's like, "Amulet? What is amulet?"
I will point to the thing right there. That which you wear around your neck.
She like, as you point to it, and all the other goblins like get down on their knees and they start bowing. They say, she says, "That is holy to Biting Ant Tribe."
Yes, it is holy to us as well. We need it. When we are done with it, we promise to return it.
3 followers. All right.
What the?
4 followers.
Okay.
All right. Haas 03312-03.
I would lose those. Those are the bots responsible for the hate raids on Twitch the last couple of months. I would ditch them. I would ditch them.
I don't even see them in the chat.
That's scary. They came in and they looked, and you're not somebody they want to harass, so they left.
They're just following. They like my goblin voices. What was the queen talking about? Oh, you pointed to her amulet. And she says, "That's holy symbol for Queen Gustav. No trade. No point at it." She like hides it under her hair a little.
Well, how about we negotiate to borrow it for a time? What would it take? Everything has a price. What would it take?
What does borrow mean?
That means you let me have it for a time,
No, have it.
and then I give it back to you.
You not have it. It's mine. You no have.
Where did you find it?
It was given to me by my mother, the former queen, who I bashed skull in to take it from.
Stab
Oh, so she didn't tell you about the curse.
Biting Ant Tribe is cursed. Yes, cursed. Yes.
Well, that amulet is the cause of your curse.
Why?
Because it's magical.
Magical. What they do?
Mm-hmm.
She looks down at it. She's holding it. What they do? What make magic?
Look closely at it without touching it to make sure we're not seeing some worthless amulet.
Who look?
Well, who has the most knowledge of what the real one looks like? Clar?
Clar had
I would say so, yes.
the image, yeah.
What do you mean what the real one looks like?
What the
one on the paper.
drawing that we knew?
The one that
Yeah.
Clar copied from The goblin
Sure.
or the one that was hanging
The
in
one
the.
I mean, we
Juku
all saw
at
it.
the guy's place.
What's that, Matakuri?
Didn't Juku see get the quest from the wealthy guy that had the magic items?
Well, there was a
In
journal that was
Prince.
written
yeah,
about the amulet, and the journal kind of describes the amulet, and the image was for the
Golden
for the
Bird.
reward image was the merchant princess's rendition of it.
Okay, so Clar and I want to take a closer look at it just to make sure that it's the right amulet and not some goblin knockoff.
Um, when you get like 5 feet from the queen, you see like the royal guard or whatever you want to call them. They kind of get in front and keep you from getting watching you like a hawk. They kind of stack up into a stack, and they're like right there, ready to strike. They're like in case you flinch, and she holds the amulet up a little bit, and it looks a lot more like the picture that Clar drew than the merchant prince drew. There's no like colorful gems on the outside of it.
I'm going to use my medallion of thoughts just to kind of listen in on her thoughts and the guards that are around. I'm not trying to probe anything deep, so there's no saving throw involved.
You're
Just
kind of like
thoughts.
concentrating a little bit and stuff. Clar, give me a perception check because you're right up there and you're doing the eyeball thing.
Can't re-roll that with.
And a gnat flies in your eye. You're like, I can't see.
I have a psionic power.
I'm gonna use my psionic power instead of because my eyeball. There's a. What do you mean? What do you got?
Nope. A 9.
It's a really big gnat. So Juku, you start to concentrate, and her thought is that she's thinking how tasty you guys would be with some mushrooms. She's like, food? They not bring food to trade? We eat them. This is what she's thinking. How many goblins die for good food? She's counting.
All of them.
Well, I have an idea. Maybe.
When she's thinking, you say all of them. She's like, maybe, not worth that. What are you saying, Remedies?
Paige will pull out from her satchel her tiara that functions as an immovable rod. I assume it's a really nice looking tiara. So I will show it to the queen and I'll tell her a story of how where we come from, kings and queens wear crowns to show how rich they are and how powerful they are, and they're beautiful objects. And if she would like this one, and I'll make sure I brandish it at her in such a way that makes it looks really beautiful, I'll let her have it if she trades me for the amulet.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Please no whammy. Oh my god, I suck.
She like, not enough. Very nice, but not enough. I like crown. Yes, that's very nice. But this make me queen now.
Oh.
So if we take that and give it to them, he is queen?
if you take this and you'll kill me, you queen. By biting ant tribe law. You have penis?
Me? No.
She's talking to whoever is talking to her. If you have
Yes.
penis, you're no queen.
Makes sense. Well,
Does biting ant tribe have to have a queen?
Yes, always have queen. Queen ruler.
So you're the queen ant?
what other
Yes.
kind of things do you like, Your Majesty?
We like food. Uh, we like tiara. Yes, nice tiara.
It is very beautiful, isn't it?
We like fighting.
You like bags?
We fight lizard folk yesterday.
Oh, are they causing you trouble?
Lizard folk always cause trouble. Yes, they want our territory. We not let them have it though. We only one tribe, but lizard folk has many.
I
So
see.
we smart than lizard folk. We
Oh, I
can
agree.
we can escape them. So we not always fight. Sometimes we come
I
back and
see.
fight.
Well, what if I told you I have a special potion that you could drink that gives you resistance to acid?
Resistance to acid.
hmm I
Uh,
hear lizard folk often put acid on their weapons. I don't know. I'm just making shit up now.
she's like, you call poison acid?
No, acid, different from poison.
Oh. Biting ant have acid. Maybe. And you see
Mm.
her, she stomps the stump with her staff a couple times and like dun 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 dunk. And you can hear like as a whole bunch of ants like come out of the stump, like big ants, like this big. And
I'll step back.
she says, and biting ants, they have poison, but burn like
Wow.
acid. Yes.
Very impressive. I'm so impressed.
Caller will dig into his bag of holding and pull out a vial of poison. Poison?
You see like three goblins like eyes get real big as Clar like sticks his head and hand into the bag of holding and like scrounges around and comes out with a potion. They're like, oh, bag? We like bag. We trade bag. Queen says, she takes off the amulet. Amulet for a bag.
And he will take his spare bag of holding and give it to her for the amulet.
Did you ever
And well,
repair
you
it?
should demonstrate that it works the same.
Yeah, we did when we were in Port Anne's. We got it repaired.
I'll
She like
put the tiara like in the bag and then pull it out just to demonstrate that it works the same as the other bag.
they're all excited. She's like she just gives up the amulet. It's like
Well, that
drops
was
it on the
easy.
ground as she grabs the bag, and they're all like, "Yay!" And they like all huddle around her as she's like reaching in, and you see her stick her head up out of the crowd of goblins after a few seconds. She says, "Nothing in bag."
But you can put things inside of there.
Ah.
Special things.
So she grabs one of the goblins and throws him into the sack.
Perfect.
And she's like, she dumps it upside down, and he doesn't come out, and she's like bangs it on the ground and like pokes it with her staff a couple times, And then she reaches in and she pulls him back out, and he's like, he's just a little out of breath. And she's like, magic bag. Queen
Magic
now
bag.
have magic bag.
Congratulations. I'll even like bow down.
Meanwhile, Chloe grabs the amulet and shoves it into the other bag holding. Well, she's
So
doing
when you pick up the amulet, it had fallen on the ground like face down. On the back of the amulet is inscribed Vorn, V-O-R-N.
Looking at the message of the day, this says quest that says find Vorn.
So after a few moments of the goblins celebrating their new bag, the queen kind of quiets them down by doing one of her yells again, and she says, "You come on, fly ship, big red flower. When we see again, we offer trade again.
Thank you.
We will bring food next time.
More food, yes.
We have need for food. You have need for what in jungle that we can trade next time?
Treasure, shinies,
shinies.
Gems,
Mechanical men.
mechanical men. Yes. Strange things. Things that you don't grow in the jungle.
What's mechanical men?
They look like us, but made of metal and big.
Like really big? You describe holy deity.
Do you know where that is?
She looks at you, cocks her head a little, and she says,
"Can we see it?"
"Queen, no.
Can
Why
you show
you
us?
Want to know our deity?
Oh, we just want to go pray to it.
You want to leave offering to our deity?
Yes, and say a prayer to it."
So she stands up on the stump again, and she starts mumbling something under her breath a little bit, and then she stops and she looks up at the sky and she goes, she screams, and she says, "I, Queen Grabstab of the Biting Ant Tribe, have given you permission to journey to deity. However, you have to promise that you no fight no one in the zone of the deity. It is neutral, no fighting ever allowed, even against your enemies. No fighting."
We will honor that.
I understand.
If our enemies honor that. However, we must defend ourselves.
I have just said it so. Enemies, no, they cannot fight that too.
Very well.
Yes, Your Majesty. Might I ask you?
Will destroy them if they do.
I understand. Might I ask you what kind of other tribes would be in this area where the deity is? Are there lizard folk there?
She says, let me, oops, I close that little button. Oh, not that one. She says, they are more Goblin Tribes than Biting Ant Tribe.
So just other goblins. Are there other kinds of
She says, no, they also grungs and
grungs?
the pygmies, the pygmies and lizard folk.
I see.
So,
And they won't be hostile towards us.
not for several miles from deity. It's neutral zone.
That's good to know.
No conflict.
Absolutely, Your Majesty.
And she says, Tony, come. And the chubby one that speaks common comes out. And she says, Tony will go with you, show you way. Then he come back.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyone else? I'm done.
She says, you're welcome to stay in Goblin camp tonight, but Queen cannot promise that somebody might not try to eat you. We are hungry. And you smell of fresh meat. Maybe not smart idea. And she kind of licks her chops a little. What are you gonna do?
We'll follow Fatso to
Absolutely.
the deity.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so it's about 11 at night when you guys depart from the Goblin camp. And
Ooh, I'll tell him if he gets tired, we can always he can sleep in my magic tent.
so he as you say that, he kind of steps up next to you and he looks up at you with his big old goblin eyes and he says, "I tired."
Oh. Well, we can camp if
He
the
starts
party
tugging
wants
on your
to.
backpack. Can I get in tent?
Sure. I'll look at everybody else. Do we just want to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. I will conjure the magic hut. I forget what it's called.
He goes running off into the woods, scared as this thing erupts into existence.
Leoman's tiny hut.
Yeah. That thing's like creepy to him, right?
I'll poke my head out. It's okay. It's safe. Safe and warm. Come.
Tony no like. Tony sleeping log.
No.
That's fine.
He's behind a
When he
log. He's
falls
got his head
asleep,
peeking up. He's like,
we should just drag him inside.
No, he might freak out when he
He wakes up inside there. Yeah, we can sit comfortably and let him sleep out there. This is his territory.
Yeah, that's fine. I bed down. I'm tired. I cast the spell and I conk out.
this thing
Wait,
has like,
can you keep a spell? Yeah, it doesn't require concentration. So yeah, I just conjure it and go to sleep.
Yeah, it lasts 8 hours and everything. And let's see if your little goblin gets eaten by anything during the night. Let's see.
That would be hilarious.
Wouldn't it?
T-Rex.
We can tie a rope around his foot.
Oh, jeez. It was a mimic log. Damn it. Should have tried targeting it. Should have tried targeting it before he climbed in. The mimic had like super advantage on eating him too because he just climbed in his mouth. Like, go to sleep. No, in the morning, the sphere of the force, every now and then you hear something bounce off of it, like boom, ow.
Is he outside poking it?
And he's like throwing rocks at it.
Yeah, when I wake up in the morning, I'll step out and be like, "Hey!"
He jumps back. He's like, magic dome spit you out?
It protected me while I slept.
Protected you while you slept. Ooh. Yes, please. 10-minute break. Sounds perfect. Thank you. It's already that time. It is already break time, and I need to take a break. So I am going to start a timer over here for 21:51. We're a little bit past our break time. That's why my bladder says hurry up. Hurry up. 21:52 is what I'm going to set it. And I'm going to put some pretzel music on for a little while, and the slideshow. So we'll be back in 10 minutes, and you have less than that to get back. So hurry up. Go get a break. What's up? looked up and I said we had 5 minutes, and then I looked up again, and it's like the time's gone.
It's gone.
It's like gone. I didn't even eat my grapes.
Time flies when you have to pee.
I had cereal during break.
I had beer.
Did you
I'm
kill
so
it?
hungry. I should have made food.
You want a grape?
Sure, thanks. Man, could you imagine if there was technology we could like pass food through the internet through computers to each other? That'd be so cool,
Star Trek teleporter.
Willy Wonka
Yeah.
has that technology, and he won't give it to us.
right?
All right, let me stop the pretzel.
I'll take a pretzel.
I'll take a beer.
I got one for you.
Great. Beer is my favorite kind of beer.
Oh, let me show you guys this map. Let me turn the
Beer is gross.
light of sight off.
You're gross.
Not
No
if it's
lighting.
root beer.
Gross.
Inconceivable.
I don't really drink alcohol much.
Inconceivable.
I don't drink it anymore either, unfortunately.
I can't.
can't.
It kicks my
I
ass
do.
these days.
I
It, it,
do.
Yeah, wait till you're 50.
it spikes my blood sugar. I can't.
So sad. I think I'm
Makes
younger
me
than all of
drunk.
you, so I'm
Me
the
too.
youngest. I drink.
My blood sugar's
Yeah.
whacked.
I'm
Really
probably
whacked
the
right now.
oldest.
So this is the home to the biting ant tribe of Batiri goblins. They wear stylized wooden ant masks and make the perimeter of their territory with the heads and skulls of their enemies. To protect themselves against giant carnivores, the goblins built the important structure of the village atop a net of strong, supple tree branches bound together with vines. The net is rigged to a heavy tree bent down like a giant spring. When a predator threatens to overrun the villages, goblins cut the vine and the entire village is rolled up into a ball and flung thousands of yards over the jungle. The huts inside are cushioned from the impact by layers of leaves and moss. And damage to the flexible structures can be repaired, and most of the village's precious totems, food, basketworks, and spare weapons are saved. There's over 100 goblins in the tribe. The tribe's survival depends on getting an early warning of approaching danger, so sentries are always posted around the village. They wear ponchos made of vines and leaves. Blah, blah, blah. I already told you that. But the goblins can't, like, go with them. Right? They would all get killed in the... they take like 86 damage or something if they are inside there.
Wait. So they catapult the whole village?
Yeah,
Without-
everything in that circle gets, like, it's a net, and it gets, like, balled up and then flung thousands of feet over the canopy away from the
Fancy.
predators, and then they go, take off and hide and run away. And then this hut right here has, like, all their, like, perishable foods when they have it, and they leave that behind, so, like, the carnivores will go after that and leave the goblins alone to run away.
Makes
So
sense.
Clar can go back in and get the other bag, and then we cut the rope.
Well, we're not there anymore, so.
Yeah, wait till they
You
all
do
go to
that.
sleep while they're sleeping, cut the rope. And...
They didn't piss Collar off. They would have pissed him off that he would. Just like he killed that one guy.
But you guys are...
Allegedly.
You guys get one of those.
Did you forget to say we level up?
I did not. The launch mechanism. Yeah, it says the entire mechanism is well camouflaged to prevent intruders from sneaking in and launching the village as a surprise attack.
We can sneak in from the air.
Can we though? I don't know if that would be considered sneaking
At night,
in a giant airship.
you get close enough, and then you have Clara fly down and cut it. He's got an hour flight, right? So you can be 30 minutes away.
Yeah, but it's Drake, so that means it would then ball up and hit the ship.
That's probably true.
Uh-huh.
Don't give him
Nice.
ideas.
Just look at his shit-eating grin.
Which way do you
Eating
park?
his grapes.
Which way do you park? Speaking about falling out of the sky and hitting you, suddenly a big bug comes flying and lands right in Elazar's mouth, and the bug was carrying what was he carrying? A scroll with a
Mini
spell in it.
scroll.
And it says, it's a present from Remedies, cheater in chat.
Yeah, I
Thank
had a
you.
lot of points to blow through, so.
Spell scroll.
You could buy someone who costs a lot of money now.
What am
What?
I looking for? Tables.
Fine.
RST.
I like how you rigged it so it would be a spell scroll, so you end up getting it anyway.
Right.
I didn't rig that at all. Best
It
luck
could
of
be
the
a
draw.
spell scroll with Cure Light Wounds.
Well,
True.
it is a
Third level.
scroll.
I need to give Drake a copy of my loot table, my custom loot tables.
If we're lucky, it could be Fireball.
If you're lucky. You already had one. She used it, you remember? Off the scroll. She's like,
Como
it
Press
is
needs to
a
release their new
it is a
giant book.
scroll of magic circle.
Ooh.
It created
Me
10
like
That
foot
could come in
radius,
handy
20
when
foot
we go
cylinder of
fucking with the
magical
jungle
inner
god.
center on point. Glowing runes appear wherever this. Choose one or more. Blah blah. Follow. Oh yeah, nice. Undead. It says undead. Nah, that could be nice. Yeah, that's kind of a handy one to have on a scroll. Who can cast it? Let's see.
I can.
Clerics,
Juku.
Eldritch
Paladin,
Knights, Paladins, Warlocks, Wizards, and Arcane Tricksters.
How about half elf fighter?
No.
Or a rogue.
Yes. Yeah. Half-elf fighter can cast it as long as there's a wizard on his shoulders. Yeah, that's it. I will put it in the party sheet, and you guys can figure out what you're going to do with it. Taking that map away from you, taking that image away from you, and I'm giving you guys this image. Because where do you guys want to go? Get back over to your ship and you call it down. Caw-caw, caw-caw.
we were going to follow Fatso to the. How far of a travel is it to the mechanical god?
DRB.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You're going to see Vorn.
Spoilers.
I know, spoiler. It's going to be pretty obvious like, as soon as I start reading now. So, standing next to some rocks and ferns is over an 8-foot tall statue, humanoid in shape, with bronze fists, iron joints, and adamantine breastplate, and an iron helm with slits for eyes. The rest of the statue is made of sculpted wood reinforced with bands and rivets of adamantine. Scattered around the feet are offerings of food, feathers, colored stones, and skulls. And Tony says, "Okay, bye-bye." He points to the
Bye, Tony.
statue and he turns and walks off into the jungle.
Hey, Tony.
He stops, looks back behind a bush. Huh?
Do you like the things you do?
I like Tony, yes.
Hey, Tony.
Cocks his head.
If I could, I would be you.
You don't want to be Tony, you pretty lady.
Okay, I'm done.
Tony embarrass you.
Nope. That was just a 90s kid joke.
I was out of the army in the 90s, so.
I was a 70s kid, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
get
well,
it.
It's the Frosted Flakes theme song. Come on.
Tony the Tiger?
Yes.
I don't
They're
remember a theme song.
great.
I
That's
just
all I
remember
remember.
they're great. Speaking of which, that's exactly what I had during break.
I love Frosted Flakes.
So you can see, like, around the statue, all kinds of different kinds of footprints, and you can see where the vines and the creeper vines and stuff have been cut, back away from the statue and stuff.
All right. I want to take out my wand of magic detection and detect magic on the statue.
It does glow magical.
Well, there we go.
Paige, they
What
said
type of
whoever
magic?
held the amulet can control the guardian. So, can't you control the guardian with the amulet?
What kind of magic is it? Probably a couple of different schools, I would think.
Transmutation, conjuration, the usual.
Enchantment.
The kind of stuff that a magic statue would radiate.
Not just a magic statue, but a
god?
A shield guardian.
Shield guardians are cool.
They're great. Yeah, shield guardian.
So Paige got a magic item also, and so Eleazar will say that to Paige. We were told whoever had the amulet the magic user could control it. So can't you control it?
I don't know. Can I?
You think you could if you were to attune to the amulet.
I will try to do that then. Is the shield guardian doing anything at the moment?
Absolutely. Doesn't look like he's moved in a long, long, long time.
Okay. Are there other creatures in the vicinity?
I mean, yeah, maybe some, like, bugs and a
Well,
squirrel.
we were told that there might be other, like, pilgrims or whatever. Whatever
Oh,
you
you
want
don't
to
see
call them.
anybody currently, no.
Okay.
No one's come on
Is
a
there any
pilgrimage
tracks
lately.
on the ground nearby other than
Yeah,
ours
that's
and
what
goblins?
it said. All kinds of different tracks nearby. Goblins, some webbed feet, and some, like, maybe walking plants feet? You don't know. You're like,
Smedley, can you tell how fresh
is that a
those
fern
are?
footprint? I mean, what kind of
Juku is the
footprints do
survivalist, I think.
vega pygmies make? You know, the veggie pygmies?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
fuck those guys.
Yeah, can I try to identify any of the tracks?
Yeah, there's goblins,
Train
grungs,
survivor.
lizard folk, and veggie pig mice around.
All right,
I don't like the grungs.
Vegemites.
They're too shifty, and they have poison. If you lick their skin, you get sick. I don't like
It's
them.
like
What's a grung?
You should
Paige
accept.
asks.
They're
Robin
frog
knows
people.
what they are.
They're frog people with poison on it that oozes out of their skin.
I have to ask, how do you know licking them will make you sick?
That's a good question.
Because it's a common story in the Flaming Fist of the recruit who was trying to eat one of the
Ah,
grungs.
yes. That explains it, soldiers. I hung out in the barracks once in a while. Soldiers can get pretty crazy.
Yep.
It takes what, an hour to attune to an item,
it does.
or you have to do it during a short rest or whatever.
But you can
No,
do it in
you
59
don't have
minutes.
to do it during a short rest. It just takes an hour.
Well, I will do that, I suppose.
And you
We'll
have
keep asking her
Did
every
anyone
5
else
minutes. Are
want
you
to?
attuned yet? Are you attuned yet?
Why is it me? No one else wanted this?
Because you're the only wizard.
Does it have to be a wizard?
That's what
Yeah.
they said.
Well, then how? What?
I don't think she knew what it did.
Oh, the queen.
I don't think she was able to activate it.
I see.
she
I
never
figured they'd
even
have
knew
some
that
sort
it
of-
belonged to Vorn. You know, that
Mm.
she never put the two together.
I
You never
see.
asked her where she found the amulet.
I see.
Yeah,
Well,
we
I'll
did. She
attune
said
to
she
it.
took it from her mom when she killed her.
Yeah, but you don't know where it came from originally, is what I meant. Not
Oh,
where.
good
don't.
old matricide.
What's everyone else doing while Paige is spending an hour loving and cuddling on this?
Hopefully
amulet?
somebody's protecting me. That'd be lovely.
I am
That would be kinda
anxiously
cool.
watching for grung and shooting at anything I think is possibly a grung,
So there's like 8 dead
Including-
frogs around.
including Clar and Smedley if they go to the bathroom and come back.
He's
There's
like
like a-
on edge.
There's like you see Elazar. There's like a tree frog. He's like ribbit. Cross bolts it out of the tree. Anybody else doing anything? Juku, you were checking around for tracks. Give me a survival check.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. A 23. So not too far from where Vorn is standing. You find like an old creek, dried up creek bed. And sticking out of the creek bed, you see like a thigh bone of a human. Looks like it's been in the dirt for a while.
Okay. I want to gently search the area, see if I can find the rest of this human.
Yeah, as you like kicked some, dirt and scoop it around, you think there's a whole skeleton in this pile, in this dirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna search through it.
Oh, I heard that and I just blinked out. Thank you. This button right here. As suddenly a monkey comes swinging out of the trees, and he's got a frog in one hand and
Shoot
something in the other hand.
Claw goes.
And before he could throw this something at Paige, Elazar shoots the item out of the monkey's hand, and it crashes to the ground.
Pog!
An alchemy jug.
Mayonnaise time.
Oh God.
Everybody loves a good alchemy jug.
Mayonnaise
Lower
sandwich is
crossing.
my favorite.
It
I
is a
wonder
bardic
if
instrument.
goblins like mayonnaise.
And that was Paige. That alchemy jug was brought to you by Sphinster, cheater in chat.
Nice. Eleazar, are we trading? Is that the deal here? You
No,
can
that's
take the
yours.
jug. No. You can take the jug. I'll take the scroll because
That
I can
does
add
seem
it to
like
my
a
beef.
fair trade.
As long as you make mayonnaise for the goblins.
Blech.
I don't need a jug for that.
That's a phrase that could have been taken way out of context.
That's the mayonnaise
Trade?
cork? I don't know. Which one's
Nice.
the mayonnaise cork? The red one? Which one? You know.
Cool. Because I can add the scroll to my spell book, so you can have the jug.
Does anybody else want it? I don't mind taking it, but does anybody else really want
You're
it?
the only one that's going to
welcome
use
to
the
it.
jug usefully, Sven. I mean, come on.
I was thinking it's me or Juke or Smedley. I mean,
You're gonna
come on.
try to get your enemies drunk and then try to sneak past them.
If you don't want it, I will take possession of it.
Yeah, you can have it. Go for it. Go ahead. I have wineskin of Tej as it is.
Teji's good stuff.
It is.
So, Juku, you do your you kind of rope off the area and you get out your some little brushes and stuff and you kind of uncover this skeleton. And you can tell that this was probably the wizard.
Oh, cool.
The body of a dead wizard. It looks like he died of a blunt force trauma to the head, and possibly he's face down in the creek bed.
I'm going to search for any rings or amulets or anything else that may have survived and
I think
see if
he's
there's
pretty much been picked clean. But the statue is actually a shield garden that once served as a wizard's bodyguard. The wizard died from extreme bad luck decades ago. He fell off a tree during a particular bad bout of monkey fever, hit his head on a rock that knocked him unconscious, and rolled into a puddle where he drowned. I mean, that DM just said, "Fuck you, player, for not showing up," right? You fell out of a tree, you hit your head on a rock, you rolled into a puddle, and you drowned. And your shield guardian just stood there and watched. So, obviously somebody found his amulet and, things went away. But
Well, you realize if we take this thing, it will upset everybody in the neighborhood. I'm sure not all of these offerings on the ground are goblins. Are some of them from the lizard men? Can we tell?
yeah, there's the whole little group around this area all come here and pay homage to their deity that just now is being turns its head and looks at Paige.
I mean, once we've awoken it and they know that we've awoken it and they see that I'm the one who controls it by process of association, won't they think I'm a deity?
Goddess Page.
I'll support that.
Or even if that's not where they jump to first, we can probably lead them that way. At least enough to leave us alone. Anywho, so I'm not sure how this works. Me, the player, I'm not. Can I just give it commands?
Why
Yeah,
do we
so
have to go back at all?
so-
Can't we just
so-
go right back to the ship?
Yeah, just go straight through the ship.
Yeah, you're actually closer to
no,
the ship
was up.
here than you are to the tribe. Vorn is magically bound to an amulet. As long as Vorn and his amulet are on the same plane of existence, the amulet's wearer can telepathically call Vorn to travel to it. And Vorn knows the distance and direction to the amulet. If Vorn is within 60 feet of the amulet's wearer, half of any damage the wearer takes, rounded up, is transferred to Vorn. Vorn regenerates 10 hit points at the start of its turn, and if it has at least 1 hit point. This guy.
So we could
Just
travel
follow.
back to the airship and summon the shield guardian to us.
Yes, you can. A spellcaster who wears the Vorn's amulet can cause Vorn to store one spell of 4th level or lower. To do so, the wearer must cast the spell on Vorn. The spell has no effect but is stored within Vorn. When commanded to do so by the wearer, or when a situation arises that was predefined by the spellcaster, Vorn casts a stored spell with any parameter set by the original caster requiring no components. When the spell is cast, or a new spell is stored, any previous stored spell is lost. So, yeah, Vorn can make 2 fists attack, doing +7 to hit, and 2d6 +4 bludgeoning damage.
I
And
will store a spell in Vorn right now.
And when a creature makes an attack against the wearer of the Guardian's amulet, the Guardian grants a +2 bonus to the wearer's AC if the Guardian is within 5 feet of the wearer.
Okay.
So he also can give you
He
some armor
bitch slaps
class.
people who try to hit me.
So guess who has their very own NPC?
Very nice.
Oh my god.
So
Okay.
we get a little Bjorn carrier for you.
Bjorn.
Just sit in front of the shield maiden.
Yes.
You have your very own Iron Giant.
I will be storing
Mage hand.
fire shield in Vorn.
Any
True strike.
parameters you want?
Okay. The spell has no effect when commanded to do so by the wearer, or when a situation arises that was predefined by the spellcaster. Vorn casts a stored spell. Okay, yes. If Vorn is attacked while this spell is stored in him, he will cast it, and it will protect him. He will use
Which version?
What
is it, only one now?
A chill shield, which gives him resistance to fire damage.
Cool. Be kind of also handy if I am attacked, then Vorn will teleport to me. That would be nice.
Well, I don't have a spell I could put in him that would do that.
Teleport? Nope.
It's higher
I
than
don't
4th.
have teleport. Teleport's like a 7th level spell.
Is it really?
It's up there. A 7th level. Bam!
Wow, bam. Like you did a book or something on spells.
Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. Who knows?
That was kind of cool. So the reward for the Guardian and the Amulet, you guys are like, screw that. We're keeping it.
Yeah, I'm keeping my guardian.
You have to name it
So
though.
this thing's wandering.
His
If
name
this
is
thing
Vorn.
goes wandering
You're gonna
around
keep it.
Port Nanzaro, you might have a
right.
problem.
Leave it on the ship.
I mean, yeah, for right now, I haven't even commanded him to go anywhere. So I just stored a spell in him.
Do we know that it has all of the appropriate appendages and is
Are you
functional
asking
at all?
if he has a penis?
He's like,
No.
if
I'm
he could
asking
talk,
if
he
he has
would say
hands and feet and
he would say,
Oh.
fingers and toes.
I was very confused.
Does he work?
Different kind of rope.
Yeah, it's an anatomically correct shield guardian.
Well, I mean, the goblin wanted to know if you had a penis. So You never know.
So when Paige takes one level of Artificer, we'll know why.
Oh, does Drake allow artificers? I would have played one this whole time. Give me that shield turret thing.
It's not that I don't allow it. I'm just too cheap to buy the damn Eberron book, so no. Wait, Artificer's not in the Eberron book, is it?
It's in Tasha's now.
Yeah, it's in Tasha's now.
So then I do allow it.
We have
So
one
when Vorn, wigs out and murders Paige in her sleep, you can play an Artificer next.
He can't murder me, can he? I'm his master.
You're not too sure about that. You're not.
I'm wearing the amulet. He has to obey
You've
me.
only been wearing it for like 2 minutes.
Vorn, I look at him and my hand is on the amulet. Don't hurt me.
He nods.
I'm your friend. Also, these are my friends. Don't hurt them.
Who's got some oil?
So what if your friends hurt you?
Then
and
he
you've told
can
them
hurt them.
Not to hurt them.
Then he can hurt
Quandary.
them. Okay, listen.
His
Are we
head
gonna?
is-
We have to do the 3 rules of AI right now.
Asimov's laws.
Yes.
And what if Warren decides that the best thing for you is for you to die?
The only way he can protect you is
Then
if
I'll
you're
be
dead.
coming back as a Goblin Bard. It's fine.
I thought you were coming back as an artificer.
No, my first backup character was still a Goblin Bard.
The Goblin Bard that's pretending to be an Artificer.
You could multi-class and you could be a Goblin Bartificer.
Ooh.
Named Crab Stab Jr. Princess.
Yes.
All right, so the point is this thing
Our
works,
sacred
correct?
deity
far
was
his
stolen
head-
from us.
So far,
I've
his
come
head
to
has
sing
nodded.
about it and recreate it.
His head has nodded.
So run it through some calisthenics, make sure it all
Okay.
works.
All right, Vorn, can you stand up? I mean, Vorn, stand up.
He kind of cocks his head a little sideways and looks down at
Or
the
was he
ground.
already standing?
Yeah, he's been standing for
Okay,
like
sorry,
4
sorry. All
decades.
right. Vorn, take 1 step backwards.
He steps back.
Vorn, raise your arms up. Okay, he seems to work.
Left foot out.
I mean, he's
Do the hokey pokey.
he's a little stiff, He's been standing around for a while, but
As he waves them around, does it look like he cares?
hoot hoot.
I don't have any oil, so
I have lamp oil.
Oil?
have an
You need
alchemy
oil?
check.
I have oil.
How come you
An alchemy jar.
I mean, oil is oil.
I mean, in this case, any oil is better than no oil,
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, you
would
guys
any of
could
you
do
mind
the old
greasing him up?
the nose grease oil trick, like in the
Ew.
beer. Have you ever done that? It's kind of
No.
gross.
All right, so we'll start heading back to the ship then, with Vorn following behind.
So-
Well,
To have him come with us, or do we want to get to the ship and then summon him so that we're not associated with him?
Now it
That
said
was
he
the
will
idea.
travel to wherever you are.
right.
That
But
doesn't
if he's traveling
necessarily
on
mean
his
he'll
own-
teleport.
Right. But what I'm saying is
can't
if we
teleport.
go elsewhere and then we summon him to us, he will travel by himself to us. So it doesn't look like we stole him or anything.
Let's angle
Why do
it
we
so
care?
travel right through the middle of the Goblin Village.
Yes.
Why do we care? They're goblins. We
Yeah,
have a ship.
but
Let's just go. It's
I
your
agree.
shield guardian.
I
He's
agree.
protect
They
your
are
butt.
goblins. They would turn on us in a moment if it benefited them. We owe them no allegiance.
I just
Juke
Paige
doesn't get-
doesn't like causing trouble.
I don't either, but if it walks to us, it will leave a trail for them to find us.
I suppose, but we'll be gone by the time they do.
And
That's just
if you guys leave and go towards the ship and then call it and it goes towards the ship, didn't you all make tracks through the woods towards the ship?
Then we get it on the ship and then we leave.
I
So
think
what's
what
the
she
difference
was,
if it's like an hour
Well-
from now or
I think her idea was to go back to the
not
ship
get
without
caught
it.
with a thing in the woods? Is that what she's trying to do?
No, go back to the ship without it, fly the ship to somewhere else the goblins don't know, and then call it to us.
Oh,
Yeah, like
Just
bypass
make sure that
them.
wherever that is, you want it to bypass them, or do you want it to walk through their village so they see it?
I don't know.
you're still going to get blamed because you
Yeah,
went over there.
Certain.
But if we go back to their camp without it and say goodbye and thank you for showing us it, blah 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 blah, and then we get on our ship and fly elsewhere, then we can't. They'll have no idea it was us that made it move.
Sneaky, I like it.
So we go back to camp. We leave Warren here. We go say our goodbyes. We drink with them for a little while. We have some merriment. Then we get on our ship and we fly somewhere else. And then we summon Vorn.
It sounds like she's giving orders, doesn't it?
I'm not giving
Yeah, well, I
orders.
think
I'm
she's the
making
captain. Go
suggestions.
for it.
Oh my
That's the word
gosh.
from us.
She's a
I kill
quartermaster.
Paige
That's
and I'm
second
coming
in
back as a
command.
bard and I'm just going to sing fucking songs all the time.
Brave Sir Vorn traveling through the woods. That sounds like the best plan, though, just to
Yeah, that works. Works for me. I just,
to do that. All right,
do
so
you
when you
guys-
get
everybody
back
else
to the goblins, the queen comes out and she's like, "Artie trade? You bring trade?
Well, we already traded you, remember?
You say more trade."
Oh, right. More trade. Oh, mayonnaise time.
Oh yes, food of the god. Bring us the biggest bowl, biggest barrel you have.
Biggest barrel they have. So they wheel out a big, like, hollowed out log. It's got a
Mayonnaise
bottom.
time.
in the jungle.
Do we want to give them
How much mayonnaise does this thing
beer?
make?
It makes 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
It's like a Costco jug of mayonnaise.
I fucking hate mayonnaise.
Or I can make 4 gallons of beer.
I like mayonnaise, but
Let's make
not
a
a
little bit
lot
of
of it
both.
like that.
But the point is that it's calories. It's high in fat, which will be great for them. It's technically food. No matter what way you look at
So
it, mayonnaise is
after
made from eggs. Okay,
It is.
good
It's
food,
eggs and oil. It's
protein.
egg white and oil. That's all it is.
so you guys fill up this thing with your 2 gallons of mayonnaise, and they taste it. They eat it. Then they
I'll show
They-
them to dip their
I'll
other
take
food
some
in
of
it.
see
yeah.
'em
I'll take
kinda
some turkey and dip in it.
They kind of shudder as they scoop a handful and start eating it off their
Well, they're
fingers,
goblins. They can't be that fucking picky.
and they're kind of like, and then you see one of them like rub his hand in his hair, and then another one smears it on his face, and
I
the
mean, it's
next
good
thing
for
you
your hair
know-
and your skin.
the next thing you know, they're not only are they kind of eating it and licking it, but they're smearing it on their face and on their hair.
Yes.
And now they're the biting Mohawk ant tribe or something, because
Fighting
gonna
Mayo
have-
tribe.
They're gonna have spiked hair.
and one of them looks and says, "Miracle Whip."
Absolutely not.
No, Miracle Whip is an abomination.
It's
Right?
gross.
Why? It's salad dressing. It says
That
it on the
mayonnaise is
jar.
far
It
superior.
says salad dressing.
Slip some into Clar's
Beak?
beak or
I
his.
can't think of anything I've ever had made with Miracle Whip that made it better.
Yeah, nothing.
No.
Miracle Whip is awful.
And there are
Anywho,
people, and there are people that are just bound and determined to never eat mayonnaise, only Miracle Whip.
and Gorgio apparently.
I make
I-
my own.
And Gorgio,
I
you
use
like
it as a cooking
Miracle Whip
ingredient.
too?
He took his headphones off. He couldn't stand listening to it.
Oh, I like using mayonnaise when you make a grilled cheese sandwich. Spread mayonnaise on the bread instead of butter. It browns up so good. Try it.
God, he's gonna die.
Wow.
We're done in Gorgio.
And-
You can put your headset back on.
Are you
Nope.
sure?
Yes, all done. No more chat about the M word.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about beer made with mayonnaise or nothing like that.
See, there's a story that goes along with that, and I could tell it, but I don't think you really want to hear it.
No, probably not. I like mayonnaise, and I want to continue to enjoy some mayonnaise every now and then on my turkey sandwich. Thank you very much. For my rotisserie chicken sandwich. Anyways,
So
so
I
give
assume we'll get some
me.
beans, whatever, and try and party with these goblins for a bit before we, say our goodbyes and leave.
Well, the goblins actually have alcohol. They
Cool.
make their
I'll
own
try it.
alcohol. They give you like a
Is
little
it
wooden
fire whiskey?
bamboo canister that's got like a lid on it, and it's really potent and kind of fruity tasting, like
Hmm.
strong, like it would be like a very
Like
strong
absinthe?
schnapps or something.
Can I
Wow.
inspect a medicine check to see if there's any other properties that?
Yeah, give me a medicine roll. You're looking for something really knowledgeable on this, a DC 15 or higher. Yeah, you could you think it actually might be flammable?
You know, let me have a check as well. I'm not good at
Uh,
medicine. I thought I was. I'm not. Never
but
mind.
there's enough alcohol in here that you don't think it could be bad, you know. Not gonna make you sick. It's fermented enough.
They ate our mayonnaise. The least I can do is try their whiskey.
Yeah, they share. You like spit alcohol? Yes.
Spit alcohol?
Yes. We make with spit.
Delicious.
I'll try spit in barrel.
Before
They
or
point
after
to
you?
this. They point to this barrel in the center of camp. It's like green hawkers and stuff hanging off the side of it, and
Paige
bugs are like
spits in it.
flying around it.
Fruity.
You see empty fruit, like rotten fruit and stuff piled on top of the barrel.
That's not to think about it. Alcohol is sterile.
It's like a bung in the bottom of the barrel. It's where the
Paige spits in
alcohol
it
comes
some
out
more.
of the bottom.
It's better than a grung in the bottom of the barrel.
That's racist.
There might even
I
be some.
warned them that they were growing in the jungle, so be careful.
There might even be some monkey fruit in there.
Dancing monkey fruit.
Dancing monkey fruit. So, pretty much another almost 3/4 of a day by the time you guys get to the goblins and get drunk with them and then vomit and then celebrate with mayonnaise cake and then get back to the ship. And so, like late afternoon or something, what do you guys want to do when you get back to the ship? You get Vorn up on the ship. He's like, the ship's like,
No, he can't weigh that much.
does he have a weight? Let's see.
He's hollow. He's very light, and he's made of mithril, so he's very light.
Unobtainium.
Elven mithril. Plus, he can shape change into a wagon, so
1,200 pounds.
What's the capacity of the ship?
5,000. It doesn't mean anywhere Vorn is on the ship, it kind of, if he's moving around on the ship, it kind of leans, you know? When we were loading ships for Saudi, there was a ship called the USS, not the USS, but the Kuwaiti ship or something. And anywhere the Abrams, and this ship was huge. Anywhere the M1 Abrams were moving around on the ship, it like listed that way. He can, because it's like 78 tons of pure steel just moving around on the deck of a ship. You can feel it anywhere. And when we started loading that ship, the ramp was like this, and when we got done loading it was like that. We were putting like Humvees in closets, anywhere we could fit things and strap them down. They were like, just fill it up. So where do you guys want to head? Back to Port Danzaro? What? Get the whole wide world.
Captain.
Eleazar.
I'm looking for the
So we completed 2 of the quests. We just haven't turned them back.
message of the day.
Yeah, so you found Vorn. And
Wakanga wanted Vorn.
And so the 15 spells in the spell book that he offered is probably off the table now, because you ain't giving up Vorn.
So if we can go after the keys of Mesro, may as well. It's not like
Do
we have
not
anything else better to
intend
do. Just
Let's
head
do
to the
that.
Vorn.
River Tiriki and go rest where it starts and head west till we find something interesting. We're actually only not that far from it.
All right.
What? You're looking for the
keys
Kisikaba
of
Azul?
The keys.
Keys of Mesro.
Yes. So let's go to the headwater, to the source of the River Tiriki, and we can scout out west from there. The Kiskaba Azul. Now I have a scroll that when we think we get, it might help us find that city. I have a commune with nature scroll, and it does like a 3-mile radius. So when we think we get close, it might help us narrow it down.
We're coming from the west anyway, so we can come from the west to that giant hole. We should be visible from the air. And as we're heading there to the west anyway.
Maybe not. Think of how high the canopy jungle is and how the jungle swallows ruins. It may not be visible from the air.
Might not be.
We can only find out. We have to go find out. I mean, it might be, but it might not be.
Well, before you guys can do that,
Come from the west anyway. We can be looking down as we head there till we get there. See if we come across anything on the way there.
you're traveling in your airship over the canopy, and let me put you guys on the airship.
Holy shnikes, that is a lot of maps.
It was I thought it was like a 3D puzzle there for a second. Like, look at it a certain way to see the image.
Magic eye.
And we're also gonna do.
Was Vorn manning the harpoon?
No, I just threw him on there for a moment. I have to get the rest of this set up.
Yeah, he needs to be as close to the center as plausible. And hopefully he won't be attacked. Otherwise, he's going to burst into flame and burn the ship down.
Good point. Oh, here it is. And then you have your crew. Curly. Mo. Larry. And obviously I need to make them less hostile. And Shimp.
Do you want one of us to grab one each? Or are you going to run them?
No, I can run them okay, but they're not extremely compatible. They got 11 hit points, so.
Dodge action.
Yeah, they may be. But currently, I guess everybody's on deck. Is that what's going on as you guys are traveling? Is there anybody not on deck?
I might have been flying.
Brought up a battle map and put everybody on it. Does someone not want to be on deck? No? All right, good. As you guys close that, and as you guys are kind of getting away from the mountain, you can hear some jungle animals squawking below you, and then you hear in the distance, you hear as a flock of terrafolk start heading your way. And we're going to have initiative.
One. Way to go, Warren.
A claw?
So Elazar gets to go first. That's not uncommon. So you guys can see that these things like come up from like the canopy, and they're in formation, and they're heading your direction. They're faster than you guys are.
Yeah, they're to the north of the map.
Ah, there they are. Okay.
Yeah, they're a good 200 feet away or so.
All right. So how movable is this ship and or the ballista? Do we need both the harpoon and the ballista able to shoot at them from where we are? Do we need to turn the ship?
Well, that's true. The cone of effect for the ballista is probably like this off the front. Maybe that angle you can get, and then the ballista off the back. Actually, the back ballista, you may be able to target some of the far eastern ones.
All right.
But yeah, turning the ship towards them would actually, give you a straighter line of sight, but only one weapon would be able to target at a time. Because the ballista on the back faces the back, and the harpoon on the front faces the front.
So the crew knows to man the ballista and the harpoon. The players, the characters also know if any of them can't do anything else, they are to push the crewmen out of the way and man either one. Because it takes 3 actions to fire each one anyway. So the more people you have there to help, the better. But I'm not going to sit there and command and tell everybody what to do each round. I am going to shoot at one of those. Let me see what my range is. 400.
I do not have the long range extension, so you will have to hit disadvantage if you're at long range.
All right, so they are 200 feet away. I presume we're traveling to the west.
Yeah, the
so
ship
while they are
generally
coming toward
drives
us,
towards the.
we are not going toward them.
You guys are heading this direction.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to shoot my crossbow. I presume everyone has seen them. If not, I will give heads up. Terrafolk. Battle stations.
Wow. He shoots a crossbow, like points it up in the air and kind of angles it and. Sticks into Terrafolk. And, what do you know? That one that just got shot gets to go. So he is going to dash. So.
Or have some mayonnaise on the bolt.
Yeah. Dashes towards you guys. As does his buddy. I'm just gonna hide these, but we know they're there. If I need to target them for damage or whatever, then I can. That's why they're on here. Smedley.
Oh, all right. Oh, look. That's the one he shot. That's
They're kind of camouflaged. They're a little hard to see flying over the canopy.
one moment. Let's see. That targeted him. Let's see. He is how far?
Like
115. Still at long range.
Smedley gets out his crossbow. He lays it down on the railing. Kind of takes aim at this thing. And he gets it. Swap. He could have done less damage. Could have.
And with a expert move, he swiftly recocks his crossbow and takes a second shot.
Ooh, impressive. And succeeds on the second hit.
Yeah, such damage.
It's critical.
All right.
Paige.
Don't hate me, Drake.
Why, you got
But-
fireball?
Nope.
You gonna command Vorin to jump out?
No. Fuck no. I will be casting conjure minor elementals.
Plural.
Mm-hmm.
I will choose the option for 4 CR1.5 elementals because almost all of them can fly. Would you like me to roll the table? I've already opened it.
Actually, I wanna. How do I get to the table?
So in the tables library, you can just like use the search bar to search
Mhm.
for conjure minor elementals.
Ah, there they are. These are. This is from the Conjurers in Summons Dealy Doot that you did.
Mm-hmm.
And Conjure Minor Elementals CR.
I would
Which
like
one?
4 CR1.5 elementals.
There it is. So she's gonna roll on this table. She's gonna hit that
Yep.
little roll button right there, and she's gonna get.
So this one comes from
Spirits.
the Creature Codex by Kobold Press. If you don't own that, I can just reroll.
Oh no, I own it. I own it. The modular attempted to use not loaded. Well, it is now.
So I get 4 of those bad boys. And if you click that from the chat window, it should pop open the encounter with them already set as friendly monsters.
Yeah, the creature codex is loading. So we have a blue circle, and they are now. And where do you summon them? How far away can you summon them?
That's a good question. I'm sorry. I can summon them up to 90 feet away from me. So I'll summon them 90 feet towards the monsters.
I'm just gonna slap them on here real quick, and then we can move
Because
them around.
I believe those ones can fly.
You hope so. That'd be an important thing to find out.
I'm quite
After
certain
you
they
cast
can.
it? After you cast it is a bad timing to find out.
I'm pretty sure they
Is that
can
about
fly.
90? Hey, look at that. That was a pretty good guess.
Fantastic. And of course, my command to them is to attack the monsters.
And they
when
get
their
an
turn comes
action.
around.
When do they do their actions?
So they get their own initiative as a whole group.
That's not going to happen. They're going to have individual initiatives.
That's fine.
And
Yep.
and it did roll their initiative, so but some of them go, you know. Actually, they all go after. Oh, you got one that goes after you, so one of them will get to go. So you cast a spell, and these what do these things look like? Do we have an image?
There should be.
Oh, check these things out. Storm spirits. You're in the spirit world. A floating figure made of crackling energy vibrates and shifts at an alarming rate. While the size of the creature is fixed, its form never seems to settle into a single shape. Attractively unwilling. Anything else,
Come
Paige?
forth, my friends. No, I'm sorry. That will end my turn.
Juku.
Juku is gonna assist with the ballista for this round.
The ballista, okay. The back or the front?
The back where he is.
The back. Okay, yeah, that is the true ballista. Supple is going to attempt to fly closer. And he can fly 100 feet. Shimp
Don't
is
shoot my
going
pets.
to maintain his job helping steer the boat. That's what he's currently doing. No one has asked him to do anything else.
So Mo and Larry will be working the rear ballista, and Curly's working the harpoon by himself right now.
Larry is driving the boat.
Shemp and Mo will be
Juku's
using
back
the
here
ballista.
helping load, and Shemp is underneath driving, steering. Because you gotta manipulate the prop, angle of the prop to help steer the boat too. You know what I mean? And there's levers down below that you kind of twist and it turns the prop too. So not only is there a rudder, but there's an angle to the prop.
Okay.
Larry could help load the ballista if you wanted him to.
Okay.
I'm going to hide some of this. Clar. Did I say Larry? I meant Mo.
Alright, so Clawler will pull out his short bow. And he will use the Steadium feature. Which is that? That's his bonus action. And then he will shoot it. There we go. Should have been normal, but I guess it doesn't. Oh, 1 wouldn't have hit, so.
That was the second one.
Oh, the second one. So yeah, it would have hit. Heal.
So that one goes down. So you guys can cross off your crossbow bolts. You don't get half of those back as it goes down into the draw.
And he'll kind of laugh, and that's it.
All right, so Larry is maintaining flying. He's doing an okay job, nothing spectacular. He's not really hampering, and he's not really helping. Mo is going to use his action as well to help load the ballista. Who's going to shoot the ballista?
He probably has a better attack than he does, probably.
Yeah, Juku would then.
So on your next turn, you're going to fire the
Sure.
ballista? Okay.
Shot at him.
The balloon is going to be turned off momentarily. Curly is going to use his action to load the harpoon. He is going to use the rope. He's like, whoop 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 whoop. Terrafolk food for dinner. Whoop 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 whoop. Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He wants food. That's his action. Begging your smile. Begging you smile. Begging you smile. That's a weird name. He is going to dash. Storm Spirit, attractively unwitting.
All right. This one, I think, can reach this. Why can't I see the rate?
45.
Okay, thanks. So
Wait,
it's just gonna
hold on one
shocking
second.
bolt.
This guy is, yeah, maybe he should have been in a square, and that sounds good. He can actually get there in melee.
Oh, well, they have a ranged attack. I was just gonna have them use that.
Oh, so he's gonna stop short. Okay.
I meant
Shocking
stay where he was.
bolt.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not gonna move?
Yeah, because they're kind of squishy.
Oh, I see. 45-foot
Just
range?
hit them from range. 60 feet range.
Oh, so you're good. That's a hit.
Nice. I mean, it doesn't do very much damage.
A little
A
lightning.
little bit is better than nothing.
Zzz.
That'll be it.
Infuriating laughter. Where's this poor sap? Still on the branch back there? Jeez. Getting a little closer. Closer. Vorn. Did you want Vorn to do anything, Paige?
No, I just want him to stay near me so that I can get his damage absorbed.
That's what he does. He stands next to you. He's like, "Urgh."
Protecting me.
Nods. Top of round 2.
Same one goes again.
Oh, I see. Well, he'll just do the same thing. That's a hit.
Do you want to call it at the top of the round?
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good idea. We'll stop with him.
I'm running late to a
I don't know
prior
where the time
engagement.
goes, man. That's like time is
Flies.
way too fast. That's like
Well, we role played most of that session.
yeah, that's a lot of good role play. I was thinking I was going to be running 100 goblins trying to kill you guys with them. I don't know if that's
Smedley
possible.
would have run.
Now I just
Smedley-
get to command all my
Smedley would
pets.
have run from 100 goblins.
And Claude would have
That's
fallen.
overwhelming odds. You can't win.
Wait a minute,
Well,
is it
Fireball.
like Eleazar, like in the Evil Dead video poster, just standing with his covered in blood and viscera with his mace. Ah.
Well, that is Homebrew Jungles of Chult. There's session 22 in the bag. In 2 more weeks, we'll pick up where we left off right here at the top of the round after the Storm Spirit goes. Hardy Terrafolk gets to go. And that's in 2 weeks. But tomorrow night over on Rob's channel, I will be DMing Rime of the Frost Maiden. That's at 9 Eastern on Rob's channel. There's the link if you want to click on that now and follow him. And I'll be over there DMing a couple of these guys and some others, including Rob 2E on his channel. Sunday he does all things Fantasy Grounds, and I co-host with him. And we're going to be talking about some Fantasy Grounds, maybe some 5th edition, and just nerd bullshit crap. Probably looking at his driveway and, crap like that. And then Tuesday, Princes of the Apocalypse, a continuing saga of that. They are actually backtracking to finish up some stuff they haven't completed, but that is knee-deep in the plot of that game. And then Thursday, we'll be playing over on Marbania's stream. He's running Deadlands. But Friday, Matakiri will be running Empire of the Ghouls next Friday. So we flip-flop each Friday, and it's his turn next. And I get to play, so you guys will be seeing the player's side of the Midgard campaign that he's running. And that's the schedule. We're going to get out of here, but we are going to go raid somebody. We're going to go raid 20 sides to every story. This is another group of streamers, but every now and then I'll hit them up with a raid, and they'll hit us up with a raid. So, chat, stick around. We're going to go raid those guys real quick, but just stick around for a few minutes and say goodnight to the stream, everybody. Good night,
Good night,
stream.
Get out to the stream.
We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys in a couple days. Good night. See you guys.
Yeah. Thank you for the game.
Drake, are you going to be moving the ship at all?
I am late.